Good morning, everybody. Today, as we have some cooking show here, I have planning to make today chicken biryani, which you all like it when you are here, and we all like it because it's a main menu wherever we go to the Indian restaurants. And before wasting much time, let's go to the recipe. And here I have taken 1 kg of chicken which I have marinated half an hour ago with the chicken masala which we get in any supermarkets, and also salt, and I have marinated for half an hour. And next what we need to do is grind some spices. Here we have some garlic pods which is around 20 garlic pods, and then I have taken like 2 inches of ginger which I have sliced it into pieces for easy grinding. Then I have some 2 to 3 stems of curry leaves which is to be ground together. Then we have chili which is 2 chilies, and I have cut it into two pieces each. Then we have some spices, that is cardamom, 3 cardamoms, 7 to 8 peppercorns, and 3 cloves. Let's grind all this together, and I will come back. This is the masala which we have ground, and this is the consistency, and it's to be put into the water for the rice. So let's go to the rice. I have taken 3 cups of rice here which I have washed, and I have kept it in the water for half an hour before we put it into the boil. Now I have kept water for boiling, and as it is coming to a boiling point, we need to put these spices into the water. And this is some few 4 to 5 cloves again, and 4 cardamom, and just few pieces of cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of cumin seeds, and 2-3 bay leaves which is to be put into the water. And after putting these spices, to just tolerate the spices, I have taken 1 teaspoon of sugar and 2 teaspoons of salt, and then we have taken half a lemon to put into the boiling water before we put the rice. Now as the water is boiling, I am going to put the ground masalas into the water, so that the water which we are adding all these spices, it will be really tasty as it comes out cooked. That is why we are adding all these masalas. And then next what we want to do is to tolerate the spices. I am putting the 1 teaspoon of sugar and 2 teaspoons of salt, and again I'm putting half a lemon juice into the water. And let's wait for the water to boil so that we can put in the rice. For the rice not to stick together, you can use any refined oil. I am putting around 1 teaspoon of oil into this boiling water. Now you can see the water is boiling, and I am going to put the washed and soaked rice into the water. So after putting all the rice, just give a stir and leave it for the rice to be cooked for like, it should be cooked around like 75%, and the rest will be cooked later. So I'll come back to you. Now I have taken around, as the rice is boiling, I have taken around 10 tablespoons of oil to fry the chicken which has been marinated. And it should not be deep fried, or just a shallow fry, and that is why I have taken this oil into a frying pan. Now the rice has come to, rice is almost done as we need it, and to just for your understanding, I would like to say that the rice, if it is breaking into two, it's really hot. Breaking into two like this, that means it is almost 75% done. Now I am going to drain this rice, and then I'll come back to you. We have drained the rice and just leave it to cool a bit, and as we are frying the chicken, and we'll come back to the rice again. This is the chicken that we need. This much of frying is enough. We don't have to fry it really fine into dark brown, just a light golden brown shade, and then we take all the chicken and again drain it from the oil. Meanwhile, the chicken is getting fried. I am frying some onions here into some hot oil for our decorating part. So meanwhile we do the chicken, we can finish up this frying. This should come to a golden brown, and that is the stage of the onions that we use for decorating, or for a spicy feeling with the rice. This is the onions that I am going to separate. 3 onions. This is 3 onions, and I am going to fry it for the mixing with the chicken. I'm going some salt for easy frying of the onions. This is the color we need to come to for the garnishing of that we use onions. So let me take it out of the pan right now. We need to fry some cashew nuts and raisins. Same oil that we fried the onions, I'm going to fry some cashew nuts first. And as the cashew nuts get fried, I will fry the raisins too. This is the chicken that we have fried, and this should be the color of the chicken. And then these are the spices that we are going to use for the chicken, into the chicken. That is some ginger garlic paste, 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder, and this is 1 tablespoon of chili powder, 1.5 tablespoon of coriander powder, and some salt to taste, and some tomato ketchup, and 1 tablespoon of soya sauce, and half cup of curd or yogurt, which we need to mix into the chicken along with the onions which are getting fried. Into the chicken. As the onions are slowly, it has become soft and little light brown, I'm going to add 3 teaspoons of garlic ginger paste. Which we need to really mix it into these, and we have to see until the spices are really done, and the smell of the aroma comes out. Now it is as the ginger garlic paste and the onions are sorted together, and it's mixed well. Now I am going to add the spices, that is 1 teaspoon of 2 teaspoons of turmeric powder, and all the masalas as we are putting in, we need to make sure we fry it nicely, and so that the smell will the spices are really mixed into the onions, and all the spices come together. It makes a good smell. And sorry I didn't tell you before, but into this we had to, as this gets done and mixed and done well, we need to add 1 tablespoon of garam masala, which we Indians use in almost all our non-veg recipes, which is a masala you get in any supermarket, which says garam masala. It's a spice, is all the spices ground together, and it has a very good flavor. It gives good flavor to the chicken. Now as the raw smell of all the spices are gone and is fried well along with the onions, I'm adding the garam masala, that is 1 tablespoon of the garam masala. And let's fry this also together, and it should get over the raw smell of the spices. And do this next, that we are going to add some tomato sauce. You can use your tomato ketchup. It's like 1 tablespoon, just to get some sourness, that taste, the sour taste into the mixture. Next we are going to add this 1 tablespoon of tomato ketchup and 1 tablespoon of soya sauce. Mix all this together so that it really mixes together, and all the aroma and the smell and everything is done well, and then we mix this into the. Now I'm going to mix this onions with all the spices and mixture into the chicken, and we have to mix this together very well. Let's mix all this chicken and all the spices and the onions which we fried together very well. It should be, and next what we are going to add is some mint leaves, which will give again a good flavor to this chicken. Here I have some mint leaves which I am going to put into this chicken, and then again we mix together so that all the flavor of the mint leaves goes into the chicken. I've taken half a cup of yogurt here, which I'm going to mix into this. Even though I've taken half a cup, we need to mix this, putting this slowly into the chicken, and so that it gives a pasty. It should not be watery. It should have a pasty texture to the chicken, which we have put in all the spices and all. So according to the need, as it gives, because it should not be watery, because it will not come out nice with the biryani, with the rice, as we mix the chicken into the rice. This is the consistency of the chicken that after putting the yogurt. So I think I have used only a quarter cup, and you can see according to how when you mix it, that you get a texture like this for the chicken, which we need to mix with the rice. We need to add some salt to taste for this chicken. I remember I have used salt only to marinate the chicken, and so we need some salt to mix it into this mixture. Now I've taken a big vessel to mix the rice and the chicken together. For this, first I have taken a cube of butter to spread onto the inside of the vessel, so that nothing gets stuck, and it gives a good flavor too. I finished spreading all the butter onto the sides and bottom of the vessel that we are going to mix the chicken and the rice. So next what we need to do is we need to take some chicken and spread it in the bottom of the vessel. You have to arrange this chicken and the rice layer by layer so that everything mixes together and it comes out to gives a good flavor to the whole dish. If you want to take off the spices from the rice, you can do that, so that you don't bite it and then you feel uneasy about that. So here Johnson too doesn't like all this, so I better take out all this. You just make a layer by layer, and just enough to cover the chicken. My vessels are making noise, please excuse me for that. Again, we need to put some chicken. That's up to you, like how many layers that you want to do. It will be according to the chicken you take and the rice you cook. If it's for if it is more rice and more chicken, you can make more layers and get it done. Here I am trying to make around like 3 layers. Let me see how it goes about. So in between you can put these onions and cashews and raisins, so that in between also you can do some garnishing, which will, again we can have a good flavor of all this. And I have some coriander leaves too here, which I'm just using some of it here in between the layers. And again we need to finish up this chicken with all the masalas. Don't lose any masalas, because this is all help to give a better taste for the chicken, for the biryani, sorry. Now the final layering is done. And now we can do all the garnishing that we need, and spreading all the finishing up all the garnishing stuff here. And all the the coriander leaves. And then for the rice not to dry up, we can put some desi ghee. That is what we call it here, but this is the ghee that we make from the cow's milk here. We make it here only, and we can use it for but for you, maybe you can use butter, that's fine. Now I have got liquid here, which is 3 tablespoons of milk and a little bit of turmeric powder, which I use to color instead of using all the colors, which is lot of preservatives and chemicals. So I use this as to give color, and I just pour it into the rice here and there, so that here and there the color comes good and we have a good feeling when we eat. And turmeric is a very good antiseptic, and it helps for us in medically also. Now I have covered this lid with some aluminum foil, and then cover it with the lid, and I've kept it on a fire which is like medium to sim, and you have to keep it for around 15 to 20 minutes for the final product, which is the chicken biryani. This is after 20 minutes. I have taken off the fire, the dish, and this is the final thing of the biryani. Now I'm going to serve it. Since the chicken, it is layered, we just need to put the spoon into the sides and then try to serve it into a plate, so that the equal amount of chicken and equal amount of rice will be. It's according to how much you need, so everything is mixed together, and this is the final serving that we can do into how many people want to be served. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you enjoy this.